Now see the illustration number 4. Mr. Thompson came to India from USA for the first time on 30th September 2013. So on 30th September 2013 he came to India for the first time from USA to join an American concern as production manager. So in India, he came to India for employment purpose. So this is from abroad he came to India for employment purpose is not exceptional case. If an Indian citizen goes abroad for employment, then it is an exceptional case. Okay. Next, after reporting for duty, he went to Germany on 5th October 2013. So he came to India on 30th September 2013 and he stayed in India for 5 days, and he went to Germany on 5th October 2013 to finalize the firm's transaction. So he had some work relating to firm. So to finalize that transaction, he went back to Germany. Next, he again returned to India on 14th October 2013. So he again came to India for 14th October 2013 and stayed in India till 3rd July 2018. So till 3rd July he stayed in India, and so on 3rd July 2013, till that day he stayed in India and he went back to USA on 3rd July 2018. He came to India to join for duty on 13th November. After finalizing all these transactions, he came to join duty on 13th November 2019. So find out the residential status for the previous year 2019-20. We have to calculate. So here he is not comes under exceptional case. He is a ordinary Indian citizen. He has to fulfill any one of the basic condition to become a resident, and to become an ordinary resident he must satisfy both the additional condition. So now we'll see one simplified working note, that is Mr. Thompson came to India from USA for the first time. So he came to India for the first time when 30th September 2013 to join a American concern as a production manager. After reporting to duty, he went to Germany on 5th October 2013. So went to Germany on 5th October 2013 means he came to India on 30th September 2013 and went to Germany 5th October 2013 means he was resident in between these days. Next, for finalize the firm's transaction. Next, he returned to India on 14th October 2013 and stayed in India till 3rd July 2018. So he returned to India on 14th October, returned to India on 14th October 2013 means he went to Germany on 5th October, returned to India on 14th October. So in between he was non-resident in India. 14th October he returned to India. Next, he stayed in India till 3rd July. So till 3rd July 2018 he stayed in India. He is a resident in India. So on 3rd July he went to USA. So on 3rd July he went to USA. Next, he went to USA. He came back to join for duty on 13th November 2019. So again he went to USA on 3rd July and he came back went back to USA on 3rd July and he again returned to India on 13th November 2019 means in between these he was non-resident in India. Next, we have to find out the residential status for previous. Now we will find out the solution for the assessment year 2020-21, previous year 2019-20, starts from 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. Now we have to find the residential status of this Thompson. So he is an individual. To become a resident he has to satisfy any one of the basic condition. So that is the first condition is he must stay in India at least 182 days in the previous year, or he has to satisfy the 60 days rule, that is stay in India in the previous year for 60 days or more, or and 365 days in the preceding for previous year. So we'll calculate the first one, stay in India during the during the previous year. So during the previous year, he returned to India on 13th November 2019. So before that he was non-resident in India. So on 13th November 2019 he returned to India. From 13th November 2019 till the year end he was staying in India during the previous year. So from on 1/4/2019 he was non-resident. He came to India on 13th November. Understood? So from that day we have to calculate his residence. So from 13th November 2019 to till the previous year end, that is 31st March 2020. So in the November month he came to India on 13th November. So first 12 days we have to exclude from the November month. So that is 18 days. December, next month is December 31 days, January 31 days, February 2020 is a leap year, so 29 days, March 31 days. Total will get 140 days. Means the first basic condition is not satisfied. He is not staying in India at least 182 days. It is less than 182 days. So first basic condition is not satisfied. Next we have to find the second basic condition, that is he is stay in India for 60 days. So in the previous year he is stay in India for more than 60 days. Next we have to find whether he was stay in India more than 365 days in the preceding 4 previous year. So let's find out the stay in India during the preceding previous year. So for the previous year 2019-20, we have to take the preceding previous year. So preceding previous years are 2018-19, 17-18, likewise we have to take. So he came to India for the first time, right, on 30th September 2013. So till 2013-14 is enough to take, because after that if you take also he is a non-resident in India, because he came to India for the first time on 30th September. So next we can calculate from this, easily we can calculate from this. So that is in the beginning he came to India for the first time on 30th September 2013. 30th September 2013 he came to India. So the year starts from 1st April 2013. So at that time he was not there in India. He came to India for the first time on 30th September 2013. So his residence in India is starts from 30th September 2013. So from 30th September 2013 till he went to Germany on 5th October 2013. So in the same year, he went to Germany. So that is till 5th October. 5th October 2013 he was there in India. So between this gap we have to calculate. Next he went to Germany on 5th October. That is between that he was resident in India. Next he returned to India on 14th October 2013. So next after 5th October he was non-resident. So no, don't take after 5th October. Next he came back, when he came back 14th October. So that we have to take. So in India he stayed from 14th October 2013 till next he returned to India on 14th October and he stayed in India for till 2018. Means in the year end, for this financial year he was staying in India for complete year. That is till 31st March 2014 we have to count the days. Here we have to count the days. Next this one will count later. Next we will see. He returned to India on 14th October. Next he went back to USA on 3rd July 2018. So till that he was there in India. So 3rd July 2018 comes here. 3rd July. It comes to in this year 3rd July 2018. So this is 1st April 2018 starts here. So 3rd July 2018 comes in this financial year, that is 2018 to 19. So in between of these gap he was resident in India. Yeah, that is from 14th October 2013 to 3rd July 2018 he was there in India. So he went back to USA on 3rd July. So he went back to USA on 3rd July. So in between that days he was there in India. So means we have to take the complete year. So in the 2017-18 year 365 days residence. 2016-17 365 days residence. 2016 is a leap year, so in this February 29 days, so 366 days resident. 2014-15 365 days resident. and he went back to India when he went back to India on 3rd July. So till in the financial year 2018-19 we have to take till 3rd July, that is starts from 1st April 2018 till the 3rd July 2018 we have to count. 1st April 2018 to 3rd July 2018. So on 3rd July he went to USA. So here the starts from 1st April. So 1st April means April full month, May 31 days, June 30 days till 3rd July 2018. So July 3 days. So on 3rd July he went back to USA. So till 3rd July we have to take. So total 94 days. So 94 days resident. Then we can find here he was stay in India more than more than 365 days here. We can see that he was staying in India more than 365 days in the preceding previous year, means his second basic additional condition is satisfied, that is 60 days in the previous year and 365 days in the preceding previous year. So he is a resident. Again we have to find whether he is ordinarily resident, that is 2 year out of 10 previous years. So we can easily find here he was staying in India for more than 2 year out of 10 preceding previous year. So first additional condition is satisfied. Second additional condition is more than 730 days. So 94 plus 365, see 300, 600, 900 means more than 730 days. So he was staying in India for more than 730 days. So the second condition also satisfied. So no need to count these days, how many gap, no need to count. If you want you can write that is how many days gap and resident. No need to take, because he is satisfied the condition before that only, more than 730 days. So he is a ordinarily resident. Next you have to write like Mr. Thompson does not satisfy the first basic condition, that is 182 days stay in India in the previous year. It is not satisfied. He was stay in India just for 140 days. So but he satisfied the second basic condition of 60 days stay in India in the previous year and more than 365 days in India during 4 preceding previous years. So thus he is a resident. He satisfies one basic condition. So he is a resident. Next we have to see whether he is a ordinarily resident. So he also satisfied both the additional condition, that is more than 2 years. He was resident for more than 2 years out of 10 preceding previous year, and he was in India for more than 730 days in India. He was in India for more than 730 days during the 7 preceding previous years. So thus he is an ordinarily resident. Next is a simple question, illustration number 5. This is a homework for you. Madan, an Indian citizen working in Kuwait, came to India on 28/9/2019 and stayed up to 23 March 2020. When he returned to Kuwait, so on this day he returned to Kuwait, compute his residential status for previous year 2019-20. So this is a simple question, I will explain here. So he is an Indian citizen working in Kuwait, means he is an Indian citizen, went abroad for employment purpose, working in Kuwait, came to India on 28th 9 2019. So 2019 means 9 September month is comes in the previous year. So he came to India, visiting India in the previous year and stayed up to that year, up to the year previous year end. When he returned to Kuwait, next he returned to Kuwait, his residential status we have to find. So here he is a Indian citizen, went abroad for employment, and he came to India in the previous year. So he comes under exceptional case. So he has to satisfy the first basic condition. He must satisfy the first basic condition of stay in India for 182 days. So if he is not staying in India for 182 days, then he is a non-resident in India. So if he satisfies the 182 days stay in India, then he is a resident. If he does not satisfy, then he is a non-resident. So find out the solution and send me the answer.